Hello friends, how are you? Hope you are doing well. Let us start the new topic of our 125 topic ESG discussions, key roles and their associated responsibilities in ESG implementations. So, what are the key roles in the organization? What are their roles? What are their responsibilities towards ESG? So, in any organization, implementing ESG initiatives require clear definition of the roles and responsibilities to ensure execution, rather I say effective execution and accountability. So let us see some key roles and their associated responsibilities in ESG implementation. So first one is about executive leadership. What is the role of executive leadership? They provide strategic directions, commitment and oversight of the ESG initiatives. And what will be the responsibilities? Responsibilities are like they set the organization's ESG vision, goals and priorities. They allocate resources including financial resources, human resources to support the ESG efforts. They monitor ESG performance and ensure alignment with the corporate business strategy and the objectives. And also they engage stakeholders in all the ESG related priorities and the processes. Also, they communicate all the achievements, goals, objectives, targets to the stakeholders. The next is ESG committee or the task force. What is the role of the ESG committee or the task force? They provide governance, guidance, and coordination for ESG initiatives. And then responsibilities. What are the responsibilities of the ESG committee? They develop and oversee the implementation of ESG policies, strategies, and initiatives. Also, the ESG committee will monitor ESG performance. They review the progress against goals and targets and also make recommendations for improvement. The ESG committee will also facilitate collaboration and communication among different departments and stakeholders involved in ESG efforts. Also, they ensure transparency and accountability and integrity in ESG reporting and communication of the efforts. Then third one is Chief Sustainability Officer or Head of ESG. What is role of CSO and Head of ESG? This is leading and coordinating the ESG efforts across the organization. So what will be the responsibilities like? He will be developing and implementing the organization's ESG strategy, goals, programs. He will or she will coordinate cross-functional teams and departments to integrate ESG considerations into business operations and decision-making processes. CSO or Head of ESG will also monitor regulatory developments and industry trends related to ESG and ensure compliance with relevant standards and regulations. Also, CSO will engage with investors, analysts, rating agencies, and other stakeholders to communicate ESG performance and value creation. The next is Environment Management Department. In this Environment Management Department, what are their roles and responsibilities? Like, role is to manage and mitigate environmental impact and risk. So what will be the responsibility? Responsibilities will be like developing and implementing environmental sustainability policies, programs and initiatives, monitoring and reducing energy consumption, greenhouse gas emission, water uses, waste generation and pollution, conducting environmental assessments, audits and compliance reviews to ensure adherence to the regulations and standards. Also to identify opportunities for innovation and improvement in environmental performance and resource efficiency. The next is Social Impact and Community Engagement Department. So what is the role of this department? To promote corporate social responsibility, diversity, inclusion and community engagement. So what will be their responsibilities? To develop and implement social impact strategy, program, initiative to address diversity, equity, inclusion, labor practices, labor rights, human rights and community development. Also they engage with the employees, communities, NGOs and all the stakeholders to understand social issues, needs and their priorities. Also, they monitor and evaluate social impact matrices such as employee satisfaction, diversity metrics, community investments, social license to operate, and then also they do building partnerships with community organizations, NGOs and other stakeholders to address social challenges and create shared values. The next one is Governance and Ethics Department. What is their role? Their role is to ensure ethical governance, compliance and integrity. So what will be the responsibilities? The responsibilities will cover like developing and implementing governance policies, procedures, practices to ensure transparency, accountability, and ethical business conduct. Also, monitoring and assessing governance practices, including board composition, executive compensations, risk management, and internal controls. Also, this department provides guidance and support on legal and regulatory compliances, including ESG reporting requirements and corporate governance standards. Also, they investigate and address ethical breaches, conflict of interests, and compliance issues, and also ensure appropriate remediation and accountability. The next one is Finance and Risk Management Department. The role of this department is to assess and manage financial and ESG related risk and opportunities. So, the responsibilities for this department are conducting financial analysis and modeling to assess the financial impact of ESG risk and opportunities. Also, they integrate ESG factors into the investment decisions, risk assessments, and capital allocation process. Also, they develop and implement risk management strategies, control to mitigate ESG related risks such as climate change, supply chain disruptions, and regulatory changes. Also, they engage with investors, credit rating agencies, insurers to communicate ESG performance and risk management practices of the organization. Next department is Human Resource Department. The role of this department is supporting employee engagement, development, and their well-being. So, what will be the responsibility of HRD? They have to develop and implement diversity, equity, and inclusion DEI initiatives to promote a diverse and inclusive workplace culture, providing training, education, and resources to build ESG competencies and awareness among employees, monitor and evaluate employee satisfaction, well-being, and engagement matrices, and implement programs to support employee health and resilience. Also, they ensure fair labor practices, employee rights, human rights, ethical behaviors throughout the organization's operations and also in the supply chain. The next is Legal and Compliance Department. Legal and Compliance Department also they have the role to ensure legal compliance, risk management, and integrity. So, what will be the responsibility for this department? The responsibilities are to provide legal advice and guidance on ESG related regulations, standards, and compliance requirements. Then, also to conduct due diligences on ESG risk and opportunities in mergers, acquisitions, and transactions. Also, they develop and implement policies, procedures, training programs to promote ethical conduct and compliance with ESG regulations and standards. Then they investigate and address legal and regulatory violations, breaches of ethical standards, and compliance issues. Next department is Communication and Investor Relations Department. This department's role is to communicate ESG performance and value creation to all the stakeholders. Okay, so this department will communicate to the stakeholders about ESG performance. So, what will be the responsibility? They develop and implement ESG communication strategies, communication protocols, and initiatives to engage with the investors, customers, employees, and other stakeholders. They also prepare ESG reports, disclosures, and communication to communicate ESG goals, progress, achievements, and challenges, and also respond to inquiries from investors, analysts, rating agencies, and other stakeholders regarding organizational ESG performance and strategy. Also coordinate with marketing, public relations, and branding teams to integrate ESG messaging into corporate communication and branding initiatives. So, by assigning clear roles and responsibilities to different departments, to different functions, organization can ensure effective coordination, collaboration, and accountability in implementing ESG initiatives and driving sustainable growth and value creation as well. So that's how we complete the topic of key roles and their responsibilities in ESG implementation. So let us have new topic now. Thank you very much.